What's up, everyone? Let's do another vlog series where I'm going to sit here and ramble about everything that I've been doing 3D printing wise, and especially the unfinished projects. And if you know, you know. You know exactly what that means. So, in keeping up with 3D printing in general, just as a hobby and a business, and constantly creating things for my 3D printing business, and finding some cool models to build, just little ones, the ones I can finish, right? I also have extreme big projects, ultimate builds, and you can see it in the playlist below where I'm building a Star Wars pit droid for the Starlight Digest podcast, the Star Wars podcast, which I'm one of the hosts. And I've been doing that for a while now, and I'm at the painting stage of it. And it's just that, again, timing is everything when it comes to painting anything in life, right? I think that I need to do this in warmer weather because it's just taken so long to do. But anyway, on the pit droid front, I'm still working on it. I'm almost done. But it's been a long journey of constantly trying out different things, and being a perfectionist as I am, I'm trying to like have that exact look that I want. But the difference is I'm going to finish this one. This is going to be done. It's a done deal. I've already put it out there in the world, and I have to finish it. What I haven't finished is a whole bunch of slew of other projects since I even got my 3D printers. Now I'm not talking like stuff that I pulled off the internet and I have a bunch of files for. I'm talking like mega 3D projects. For example, the R2D2 unit that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's like one of those Star Wars dreams of having an astromech droid, life size R2D2, or just your own generic astromech, whatever. I found files, of course, on Mr. Badley's droid build on the Patreon, and was hooked ever since. I met some of the builders in person, and again, they just floored me on the ability to, or even the possibility to create a 3D printed astromech droid. So I did that. I started that journey, and I started it in COVID because COVID, we didn't have anything to do and nowhere to go, so let's start a project. And I got, I would say, about 90% printing done and about 10% assembly. I had to shelve the project for a little bit because I couldn't find the hardware that I needed, and it was almost like where I put it in the corner after going gung ho for so many months in a row, and it just kind of got out of sight, out of mind, kind of lost in the corner over there. And people who know me tease me all the time, like, you started this project, but why haven't you finished this one? Like, this is something that everybody wants to see. I want to see it myself. So after this pit droid, I'm going to take a very, very hard look at what I haven't done. And I've put so much time and money and effort into printing these projects, like the R2D2 unit, like my Shore Trooper armor. Okay, I've bought the Shore Trooper armor 3D printed wise. I printed the helmet, and the helmet came out so good. And here's the thing: that's not even finished because I didn't even finished the visor in it or the inside padding and stuff. It's just basically a prop replica, which I'm happy about, but it's not finished, right? And it was supposed to be my cosplay, my introduction to Star Wars cosplay. I have all the armor and actually started printing the armor. Also, I have the gauntlets and the shoulder pads and the chest plate. I printed it all, but on that aspect, I have an excuse for that one. That one, I wanted to switch from PLA over to PTG or ABS or something more durable and sturdy if I'm going to wear this out in public, and I don't want it breaking, snapping, warping, all that stuff. So I want to start over on that if I can, and do it properly. But it is a unfinished project that's sitting in a case, and I haven't really revisited it for a while. And I think it's a common thing with 3D printers. I think 3D printers, meaning us, they have a slew of projects that are unfinished, and because we move on to almost like the next big thing all the time, or the because it's such a cool process and such a cool opportunity to do everything from, like I said, life size droids to cosplays to everything in between. I think a lot of times projects gets pushed back, uh, for the projects that we can complete now, because all these projects are long term projects. They're not something you could do over the weekend. I mean, you might be able to if you really push it and you have the setup, you have the tools, you have the indoor spray booths and all that stuff. You might be able to finish things in a weekend. I mean, it's hard pressed, but I think that the long term projects are great to do, but they take up a lot of time, and unfortunately sometimes they get pushed back. And it's like, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later. But now my house is starting to fill up with, I'll get to the later projects, which I've got to complete. And it's the same thing goes with my business too, my Tashi Station business. I'm constantly modeling things around action figure displays and everything. And it's I got so much to do, but I don't have the printers to print them. I don't have the manpower to put it all up there and produce everything. So I'm always constantly 5 steps ahead of the modeling process, but 10 steps back of actually printing it and getting it out to the public and everything, and towards my store, which I've got to do. I've got to take the time and do it. So one of my goals is to clean up my 3D printing world, my businesses, my side projects. So when I do take up a new project, because I do have so many more planned for this channel, for the ultimate builds, right? Well, I need to kind of like clear my schedule, clear my space. But for this channel, what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue to get these new ultimate builds going, and on the side, I'm going to give updates on the existing project. So I'm going to simultaneously do both at the same time, because the other projects, my ones that got pushed back, they just require some time in between current projects. So if I went and painted something and it's drying, well, I'll turn my attention to the R2D2 and get some of that done, before, and vice versa. Because I have a lot of fun doing it. I really do. I spend half of my day, if I'm not working, it's doing these projects. And I owe it to myself, and I owe it to everybody who's asked to finish these things and get it documented as best I can. It's just a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's, like I said, that's the unfinished project saga, the dilemma that I have, and I'm sure that everybody else has too. And I want to hear from other people who are printing, or even if it's not 3D printing. What other projects are you guys doing, these mega projects that you just haven't gotten to, or you have a closet full of unfinished projects that you can revisit and take out, and you're like, all right, let's get something done. Let's get that, if it's cosplay, even if it's like, an organizational system for your closet that's 3D printed, or woodworking and everything. I find it fascinating, and I find that the ingenuity of people online is spectacular. I love it. I love searching YouTube and finding people and or how they do projects and how their minds work about, interlocking this and intersect. It's really cool to see and know that I'm not alone in the process of chaotic organization, if that makes sense. I know where everything is. It just looks like I don't. I have 3,000 more projects to do. And I know I've got to get these other ones completed. But, yeah, a lot of fun. I wanted to just revisit that for a little bit and give myself some motivation to continue these older projects and get them out, dust them off, and make sure I know when I'm, getting my headspace around it again. And it's okay to push it back a little bit, but it's all, it's also, I guess it's okay to step back from it a little bit. But like I said, we owe it to ourselves to finish some things before we take on new ones. But hey, the world keeps revolving, keeps going, so new things pop up daily. So it's hard for to concentrate on something when something new, gets thrown in the mix too. But yeah. So with that, a very short vlog, just kind of like ranting about unfinished projects. I think I'm not alone in this, I'm curious to see what else other people have been working on, and yeah, let's get some updates going. And I promise, as I do more of these, like maybe I'll throw it in the vlog series as like updates on these existing projects. Like here's like what I've been doing on the R2D2 unit, instead of a whole individual build that's gonna take resources from something else. Let me just add it into these shorter for content videos, and then continue my ultimate builds for something that's just like tips and tricks, and here's how I spray paint, and here's how I'm weathering and everything. So yeah, update on the pit droid, past projects, let's get them going. And you know what, I owe you guys a tip of the week and also a model of the week, so here they are right now. All right, here's the tip and model of the week. And you know what? I'm combining the two because it needs it. It needs it really. All right, so for model of the week, I'll put it in the realm of action figures. And as you start collecting, they come with different accessories, a billion different accessories sometimes, and those get scattered all over the place. I can't keep up with organizing these accessories, so I designed my own system tray, my own organizational tray for putting the lightsabers, the guns, the hands and heads, everything you need to organize your 3D your action figure accessories. So here is my drawer system. Now, it's a sci-fi design. I wanted a handle. I wanted something sleek looking, something that was just kind of visually appealing for myself, a personal touch. So I wanted to make sure that I can, make a stackable system. So individually, the drawers, they stack. So you can print those out by themselves, or you can print the shells and put the drawers inside and stack those. And you can have an actual drawer system or just a stackable system itself. I think I made little dividers, and you can customize it any way you want. Basically, vertical and horizontal. The individual cubes. It's just too small. They're too small for. I didn't really want to bother with individual cubes. But you can make a drawer system that has 9 compartments with the dividers. So. But yeah, the future of this drawer system, I want to make, like I said, this is like a sci-fi theme. I want to make like a horror theme for my NECA horror figures. I want to make like a stone fantasy theme for my He-Man accessories, and just that's the cool way of doing things, right? So anyway, yeah, the model of the week is something that I designed, and it's gonna be available for free. By the way, I'm going to post a link where you can find it, of course, and I'm going to try to upload it to all the Thingiverses and everything like that too, so you can have, print your own drawer systems and have at it. Now the tip is the clearances. Now, in order for when you print 2 items and you want one to fit within each other, right? Well, you can't just have a 1-inch cube fitting into a 1-inch box because the tolerances aren't there, right? So I figured out that if you reduce the like the box from the shelf, you reduce it by 0.012 inches altogether, it's almost a perfect mesh. It's a perfect fit. It slides. It's still it's not loose. There's still friction there, but that's the formula. 0.012 inches scale wise, and to make any part fit. Now that doesn't just go for this model, it goes for anything that you're trying to do. If you're trying to maybe inlay a red 3D printed box onto a yellow like a frame, you want to reduce it by 0.012 inches for it to fit. That's the tolerance. Okay, so that's my tip. It's just a modeling tip. Reduce your walls by 0.012 total. Okay, so if it's on your east and west walls, you want it 0.006, for a total of 0.012. I hope that makes sense. But mess with those numbers. You won't be sorry. It fits perfect every time. If you guys have any other tips or models of the week that you want to submit yourself, or maybe turn me on to, and I can go explore it, print it myself, I would love to do that. So hope that helps. Everybody have a safe day, safe week. Until the next vlog, I will see you later.